This is Marina, and you are listening to High Energy Fitness Musical Health Talk. We're at a tempo of 128 beats per minute. So as usual, I urge you to get on up and simply walk in place to achieve musical health. Abdominal muscles in and up. Great big smile. It's your musical health time. If you do nothing else today but this, that's fine. Good for you. Good for being motivated by you today. You've got one body, one life. Make the most of it, yeah? Drop those shoulders. Great big smile, yeah? Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. It's the glory of your life. Song is from highenergyfitness.com. You've got it going on, people. It's your time. It's your life. Finding the glory. The glory. It's your time. It's your life. Finding the glory. The glory of your life. That's all it is. Inhale and exhale. Feel the beat, people. The glory of your life. Finding the glory of your life. I am being joined today by one of Broadway's stars, Robert Creighton. How are you, Robert?
Great, Marina. Nice to be here.
Happy to have you here. You were fantastic. We met the other evening at the Broadway Gala to raise money for children, AIDS awareness, which is always a great thing.
It was a beautiful night.
You were fantastic.
Thank you.
Very talented.
I think they raised a lot of money, too, so it was a successful night.
They did well. The glory of their life.
Indeed.
Totally. Robert Creighton. It's your time. It's your life. Finding the glory. The glory. It's your time, it's your life, finding the glory, the glory. All right, always good. This is Marina. You're listening to High Energy Fitness Musical Health Talk. I'm being joined by Robert Creighton, who's currently in Anything Goes. And we're going to talk to Robert about his career and his family and finding the glory of his life. You're a new daddy.
7.5 months ago, yes.
Congratulations.
RJ.
What's his name?
RJ.
Oh my God, I love
Robert
it.
James Creighton III. I'm number 2. My dad's number 1.
Not a Jewish child.
Not this one, no.
No, because it wouldn't be the third. No way. No how. I always go into that. Nice guyish boy who we have here.
That's right.
Fabulous entertainer. But you're a great banterer, Robert. You're very talented. How did this happen for you in childhood?
I'm the youngest of 6 kids.
Okay.
So I always had a built-in audience, I think.
Okay.
From a very early age, I had two sets of dreams. I wanted to be either a professional hockey player, grew up in a little town in Canada, north of Toronto, or I wanted to be Fred Astaire. And my big thing when I was little, I had this great affinity for old-time musicals, the black and white musicals, and Fred Astaire and Gene Kelly, and later in life, James Cagney, and that dream grew in me. And it's a long story about how I got here, but it ended up with living in New York and doing what I came here to do, which is perform on Broadway.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What's your dancing like these days?
Well, I'm pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'm a tap dancer primarily.
Really?
Yeah, that's sort of my forte, but I love to dance. That's how it started when I was little. I wanted to dance.
I have a lot of respect for that tap thing. I was never very good at that.
I started late. I went to 2 classes when I was about 7 years old, and I was the only guy in the class, and I was scared the guys on my hockey team would find out, so I quit. I told my mom I couldn't go back.
Wasn't a butch thing to do. Is that what was going on? No.
Exactly. Now I'm like, you idiot. If my son was the only guy in class, I'd say, don't worry. It's, it's great, better ratios. But
totally.
But for me at the time, I was like, I can't be the only guy in class, and so I got back into it late in life and became sort of obsessed with tap dancing. Used to go to class, several times a week, and yeah, and it's already sort of had some natural ability for it, so it came quickly, and now I do it a lot, actually.
Wow, much respect.
Thank you.
Much respect. That's what I call aerobic capability. Because, I always talk to young singers about this, Robert. I compare aerobic breathing and singing as being exactly the same thing. Sanchin in the martial arts, where we inhale through the nose, we exhale through the mouth, on a breath, controlled, like you're holding a balloon, like all our voice teachers have always taught us, and control the amount of air that escapes. And very seldom as a singer do you get to just stand there and sing.
Especially in musical theater. If you're in the opera world, they say, I'm sorry, I can't move now, I have to sing.
Yes.
But in our business, in the musical theater, in the Broadway world, you're required to sing to dance, and then be able to sing when you're done dancing. And breath, breath is the basis of all of that. Whether you're playing an instrument, whether you're playing a sport, whether you're singing, dancing. I mean, breathing and breathing properly is really the foundation for all of that.
Certainly. Always. Robert Creighton in the studio today. We're at a tempo of 128 beats per minute. Yeah. So as usual, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Yeah. Drop those shoulders, chest is high. I also talk about this, Robert, as a certified trainer, which is when you inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, much like a singer, keeping the rib cage away from the soft tissue of the lungs. Yeah. Because very often when we collapse and we drop those shoulders and we kind of schlep down like this, you can't certainly breathe. And as a dancer, chest is high, never stop moving, yeah?
And as a singer, I mean, the power comes from, inhaling low.
Yeah.
Not breath into the chest, but breath into the foundation here, into the core.
Yes.
And making that strong and powerful, and then being able to relax up here as the air flows.
Totally. So everybody listening at home, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Yeah, chest is high. You got it going on. Drop those shoulders. Feel the beat if you do nothing else but bop in your chair, yeah? And maybe just feel around a little bit, keeping that core engaged. You got it going on. Just feel that beat and breathe. Never stop moving. Hearing the music, feeling the beat, never stop moving in your body and your life, and staying passionate, Robert. We're very lucky. We get to do what we love. Music, movement. Yeah?
Absolutely.
But I always tell everybody, though, especially young parents that sometimes don't have time for their passions when they work and are raising a family, to stay in touch with what the passions are. Yeah? So for you, it's music.
Well, I'm very lucky because I am doing exactly what I dreamed of doing.
Yes.
Exactly what I'm passionate about. So I feel I don't take that for granted. I feel very fortunate that, I get to make a living doing what I love to do.
Yes.
But it's true. I mean, you have to do what you have to do to make a living, and sometimes it isn't in your exact passion. But I think if you follow that, I think oftentimes it comes,
Yes.
the ability to maintain a living and doing what you love to do.
Build it and it will come.
Yes. I say jump off the cliff and the wings will grow. That's my That's my little line I tell people.
Oh, I love that one. Robert Creighton in the studio today, and your CD I'm holding right now, Ain't We Got Fun?
Yeah, that was a real labor of love. It's a collection of songs from the 20s and 30s, but sort of with contemporary, or not contemporary, but fresh arrangements, I'd say. It's really authentic feel to that time, but Georgia Stitt, who's a remarkable Broadway musical director and composer, produced and did the arrangements, most of the arrangements on that album, and it really is, I'm very proud of it.
Fantastic. Talk to me about some of the songs on here, maybe who you're working with on here as well.
Yeah, there's 4 duets on it. It's funny, 2 of my best friends happen to be my favorite singers on Broadway, and they agreed to sing with me, Heidi Blickenstaff and Kate Baldwin.
Fantastic.
Both have done wonderful things on Broadway and are about to do more things. And Titus Burgess, who just has the most ridiculous voice and is such a light of a person. We had this idea to combine Accentuate the Positive, which was my dad's favorite song, and Look for the Silver Lining, same sentiment. Put those 2 songs together, and he sort of starts off with this whole gospel take on it, and we joined forces then. And then finally Joel Grey, the legend of film and stage, who I've been working with for the past year and a half, agreed to sing with me, and we did a classic George M. song, Give My Regards to Broadway. Did 2 takes in the studio, didn't rehearse. We just looked at each other and sang it, and I put in a little harmony at the end, and it's beautiful, sentimental piece, and what a great thing to have for the rest of my life,
Are you kidding?
To have that with Joel Grey on there, it was special.
Unbelievable. Robert Creighton in the studio talking about his new, I want to say album. All right, I'm going to use
an album.
It's an album. I can say
I always say album.
Totally. Album, CD. I can't even say that anymore. I have to say downloads, MP3s. Got to do that.
Well, you can do that too. It's on iTunes, but
there you go.
I call it album for sure.
Killer. And I like that you brought up Titus and that you work with him, because we talked about Rahelia Douglas, my friend Rahelia, replacing Titus in
another guy who's really got extreme talent.
Extreme.
Yeah.
What a tapper he is.
Oh, he can do it all, that guy.
He can do it. You know, we used to do something called Action Against AIDS here in New York City, and we would tour the school system. And I had 4 dancers, Rogelio being one of them. I want to say 1998, 1999. And he used to jump off the stage into the split and then start tapping in the audience with the kids. Geez. He was amazing.
Yeah.
Triple pirouettes.
Those days are gone for me.
You see that. You old yento.
No jumping off the stage into the splits.
That's right. Oh, you can still do it. I have a feeling, Robert Creighton, you could do anything.
I could.
Very talented.
If the hospital was...
There you go. I know, a little traction. There you go. Robert Creighton and Marina both will be sitting there in traction together. All right, we're at about 136 beats per minute. Abdominal muscles in and up. If you're listening today, check your alignment once again for me. Drop the chin to get the tension out of the back of the neck. You got it going on. Feel the beat, people. You got it. Just breathe. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Just feel the beat. Yeah, even if you're just bopping in the chair today, build up a little bit of a sweat for your musical health. Feel it, people. That's it. Feel it, guys. Another chance to take. No more plans to break. Why make the same mistake? Look how you and I survive. You know, I talk about the entertainment industry, but in any industry right now, Robert, in our economy, very difficult right now, especially for young people, but for anybody, to survive. You notice how the lyric always works with the content of what we're talking about?
Very smooth.
There you go. Very smooth transition. Well, you know, but that's the truth, and it can be very daunting for some people in the entertainment industry. Have any advice for a young person, song and dance man?
Well, I think if you have belief in what you're doing, and I think a lot more often than people not having an opportunity, I think there's 2 things. One, people don't hang in there long enough. They give up because it is hard.
Yes.
And everyone who's come to New York to pursue their dreams, they were all the star of their own high school, their own element. And now you're here with a lot of talented people. You're also here with a lot of people who have big dreams and maybe not the goods to go with it.
Yes, happens.
Just to be honest, but there are so many people who have it.
Yeah.
But give up before their opportunity comes. The opportunity will come if you hang in there and you stay persistent and you put yourself out there and keep training, keep building the foundation. So I think 2 things. Persistence is one. Hanging in there long enough for your opportunity to come. The second is staying prepared.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, when their opportunity comes, if you're not prepared, it goes by. Small window. But if you stay prepared and stay up for it, hone your skills, keep your chops up, when the opportunity comes, boom, you're ready, and away you go. That's the beginning, and then you just move from one thing to the next.
Love Robert Creighton. So true. So true. You know, I think it was probably in like 79. I worked with John O'Hurley, is a friend of mine. We did Brigadoon.
The Voice.
The Voice. The man with the silver hair. We did Brigadoon. I was Meg. In like Connecticut in Summer Theater or something. I don't know. Somebody dropped me on a stage or something. But we used to talk about that, and he's doing awesome. He's doing amazing, this dude. What a career
he's done a lot of things. We just missed each other at Chicago. I was playing Amos in Chicago on Broadway, and I left, and he was coming in as Billy Flynn. He's come in and out of there many times.
Totally.
Yeah, it's great.
Great guy.
I hear he's a great guy. I really loves him.
He's a doll.
Very generous man with the cast and stuff. Like, really takes care of everybody.
He was always like that.
That's nice.
He was a nice dude, even though he was sitting on an egg crate in Connecticut. I know him back when, so I know everybody's story. Anyway, this is Marina. You're listening to High Energy Fitness Musical Health Talk. We're now at 132 beats per minute. Feel it. All right. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Check your alignment again for those sitting at a desk if you're listening today. Just the mere fact, and Robert Creighton is certainly touching the body. I mean, this fabulous song and dance, man, Living in Motion. Next song is called Living in Motion, Robert, at 140 beats per minute. All right, we got to keep doing that anyway.
If you're in New York, you're living in motion.
Totally.
No way around it.
Totally. Just moving. And you're bopping in that chair. You're bopping in that chair, doing anything goes. What's coming up for you? Tell me what's coming up for you.
Well, Anything Goes has been a phenomenal run. We were supposed to run from March of last year till the end of July, and we extended to January, then we extended again, and we're closing August 5th, but it's been a terrific run.
Okay.
I had a lot of fun working with Sutton Foster, who won the Tony for that, and Joel Grey, and just other amazing actors, and playing the purser, which is a fun role.
Yes.
And then being on for Joel Grey for a total of really almost 3 months over the course of the run. For various reasons, he's been out. But he's 80 and such a trooper. If he doesn't, he broke his foot and missed almost 2 months. Otherwise, he's been there all the time. He just talking about health and music and stuff. I mean, the guy's a living example of that. It really is. But we close August 5th, and speaking of carrying on, I start rehearsals for a new Broadway show September 4th, so I'm very grateful for that. The Mystery of Edwin Drood.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Cheetah Rivera's going to be in that thing?
Cheetah Rivera and a bunch of other Broadway folk.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And that starts previews in October, opens in November, and we'll run for a while, I'm sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Robert Creighton, living in motion here in New York City, doing Broadway, being fabulous. Feel the beat, people. That's right. I wanna live in motion at 140 beats per minute. You got it. That's right. I wanna living in motion. All right, as a reminder, Robert, to our folks listening at home, abdominal muscles in and up, chest is high, great big smile. It's your musical health time. Listen to my solo on that keyboard, go. Listen to that. Aye. Yeah, baby. I love MIDI. I love MIDI. Feel it. Aye. All right, well, that's enough of that. We're going to work out in the next segment, maybe doing some abdominals in a chair. Will you join me for that?
Sure.
Oh, you got it going on. Robert Creighton in the studio today, currently in Anything Goes, and moving on in his career. The CD is called Ain't We Got Fun? Robert Creighton. This is Marina. You're listening to High Energy Fitness Musical Health Talk. We're at a tempo of 140 beats per minute. Abdominal muscles in and up. Chest is high. You're doing well. Good for you. Keep living in motion, yeah? Hearing the music, feeling the beat, never stop moving. Feel it, people. Here we go. Yeah. That's right. I wanna living in motion. Woo! We'll be back.